Hey everybody, it's Chrissy Senpai again, playing Pokemon and doing a bit of a different challenge today. I've seen other people do this. Also, that beautiful, beautiful graphical glitch I had. But today I'm just going to be doing a solo type team. I've seen other people do this, but I obviously wanted to do one myself because I just like to do things in my free time and record them for fun. Today I named my rival after one of my friends from work, technically one of my managers, just for the meme, because I usually name it after my dog or James, just to switch it up a bit. As you can see, this video is a good bit longer than most of the other ones, because I tried to slow down some stuff, and there's really only one fight that had some problems. I start out with Ekans. I'm actually playing Fire Red for once, but I did have to get a new computer because my laptop just cooked itself finally. I'll show you a little clip of that video because I actually saved that one, but my laptop decided that it was time for it to cross the Golden Gate bridges of the electronic world. It's been giving me problems for a while, and now we have a very nice desktop that runs 100 times better. And at the end, if there's any strange video sizing, that's because I just was recording the very end of this on the desktop, so I tried to switch things up. I couldn't take everything with me, like the programs didn't save correctly. Anyway, I'm going to ramble on a little bit. As you can see, I lost because Ekans kind of sucks at the beginning. I've never used an Ekans before because I always did leaf green, but yeah, I switched to a desktop that runs much better. I missed having a desktop this whole time. Laptops are not really my preferred type of computer usage, but hopefully you all can notice a difference in quality overall and everything, because now I'm not looking at a tiny screen. I have I think it's 24 or 32 inch LCD screen, 100 times better. So nice. Anyway, as I said, had to get that out of the way because there's a part of the video that I had problems with, but it was only one, I think, this time. As you can see, we are training up Ekans. So Ekans, I've never used one before. Again, I'm not a Pokemon master. I just play with what I enjoy. Ever since I did this like Pokemon gym leader thing on Facebook, I've had a huge appreciation for poison types, and I thought the best one to start out with, even though I can catch it early on in this game, was Ekans, because Ekans is a pain in the butt. So we have to grind a good bit. We catch our Weedle. His name is Hornet. He's not a permanent team member, but he does come in clutch a couple of times. He is a very useful team member for the time that he is here, because there's another bug poison that I prefer much more and is a good bit stronger. But Thundar, as you see, Hornet is evolving, and one of them early game bug Pokemon, I know, but I do like my early game bugs. I prefer Butterfree, but because I'm terrified of Hornets in real life, but you know. It's funny that I have a snake in real life and I'm not afraid of it, or tarantulas, but I'm terrified of hornets. Because anything that flies and can sting me, I'm not a fan of. Brock, beat him first time. I don't know if it's because I had two Pokemon this time, or what, but was so much easier than some of the other times that I've had to deal with Brock in these little challenge videos that I do. We go catch our Nidoran male and our Nidoran female. I wasn't sure at this point in the challenge which one I was going to keep, and I won't spoil the surprise because I do get rid of one of them. You will see me adding to the bottom of the screen who was on the team when and when. I go buy Magikarp because someone has to buy him and take care of him so he can live in his little Pokeball, whatever's inside that. If anything, he just lives eternity in darkness, but I mean, I do too, so. Now we're just training Ichi. I caught two of them. I named one Purple, but he had way more stats than Ichi, and they were the same level, so I'm assuming his natural strength was weaker than Ichi's, so I used Ichi, and I caught the Nidoran female and named her Blueberry. If you know, I would say if you know who Ichi is, leave a comment below, but I'll just leave a hint and say if you can remember a certain horror movie, then you might know who I'm talking about. I catch Zubat next. I love Crobat. It's one of my favorite Pokemon in general. It's like my favorite flying type Pokemon. But at the moment, his name is Zumba, and he is a Zubat. We get the Dome Fossil because I much prefer Kabuto than, you know, Ammonite, because I just think he's cuter. They're both really cute, though. So, here we are, grinding before Misty's gym. I don't know why Clefairy's in there. I caught a Clefairy because you do have to catch so many to get the item finder and the XP share, which I needed, but I do eventually get rid of it. I never used it in battle, it was just in there. I did attempt Misty before the rival. That was a loss. So first we're going to attack the rival. And as you can see, I've slowed down the rival fights a bit so you can actually see like what's going on in the fight. Ekans at this point in the game is kind of the carrier. None of them really, I don't know if Ekans is meant to be like a good early game Pokemon. Again, I've never used it, so I don't know what it's meant to be. Pidgeotto, very easy. Abra, super easy. I also named Ekans Sarah. Now we're just throwing Ichi out. Ichi, I tried to show their evolutions, but I had, again, with the old laptop, the whole first 40 minutes of this video are on the old laptop. That was poopy, so I was missing a good bit. But I know with Squirtle, I didn't really have much to go against him, so I just leered him and poisoned him until I could beat him. And we beat Rival Adam. It was quite easy compared to usual. Because I think the only time I ever had an easy time with him was with Staryu. And even then, that was honestly debatable. We go catch Oddish because we want a Vileplume. I love Oddish, and especially Gloom. Gloom is one of my favorite grass-type Pokemon. As you can see, a lot of the ones I like a lot are in this. We name him Ubi because he's just a cute, goofy name. Here is his stats and nature. I'm not sure. I will put it in the corner whether their nature was good or bad because I'm not looking all of them up for this because that's just a lot. But my team in the end, I wanted a bit more of a tankier team than I got, but that's fine. Like I said, we do switch out a couple of our boys. We gotta go free Bill from his furry fantasy and free him from the fursuit that he got himself stuck in. And now we're going to attempt to take Misty on again, and I'll actually show it. Because, like I said, she beat me the first time, but mostly that's just because I was very underleveled. So first, I send out Ubi and just keep smacking Staryu with grass moves because, for once, I have an advantage in this gym. And it was nice. It was very nice. And Ubi pretty much did all the work, as you can see. I wanted to try to keep my team very same in level, I guess you could say. Here, Ubi is evolving into a cute little Gloom on the SSAN. Also, I think it's kind of cool but odd that they just have a room to heal in on the SSAN. But whatever. Here's the next rival fight. We are up against Pidgeotto. We attempt... Zumba's whole thing in the beginning was confusing things and just hoping for the best. Because Zubat is a very, very weak Pokemon. He was the weakest one on the team, I think, until he evolved, obviously. Yeah, I just kept using Dig. I did teach them, most of their moves were TMs, honestly, the level up moves, because I didn't want them all to have just poison moves, because that's not how you win anything, you know, there's no coverage in that. And Sarah is now evolving into a glorious Arbok, and I gotta go get cut from Mr. Throwy Up. I don't know why the captain would be a captain if he would get seasick. We say goodbye to the SSN, and we're like, you know what? Let's look at the Pokemon again. Here's all their stats. I really enjoy Poison Point's probably one of my favorite ones because I felt like it went off a lot during this run. Now we're going against Lieutenant Surge, and you could probably guess who I'm going to take out for this fight. The Pokemon with the ground attack. It went very well. I felt really bad beating up Pikachu. I really need to do a challenge involving Pikachu because he's just my favorite and I hate beating him up because look how happy and cute he is. But yeah, Lieutenant Surge was just a joke for this team, honestly. Sarah did end up getting her ass whooped because she got paralyzed, but I brought out Hornet for the win because I never thought he would he didn't win actually. Hornet came in clutch a few times, more times than I thought he would. I just, I wanted him kind of as like just a filler on the team. He was a good early game Pokemon and a good filler on the team, but you will see who he gets replaced with eventually. Lieutenant Surge whoops most of my team, but then he gets to the grass one and can't do anything about it. Zumba now evolved into a Golbat. Nice, beautiful Golbat, and now we're going on with the rival again. Sends out Pidgeotto. It's always his first Pokemon, and I'm like, you know what? Get him, Ichi. Get him, you killer. And then he sends out Execute. Ichi has... This is one of the areas of the game where it just strokes out, as you can see. I'm very sorry about that. Hopefully it's not a problem going forward, because I have a computer that's not half dead, like already. I'm not sure how long this goes on for, because again, I don't write scripts, I just watch and commentate. But it seems to be mostly fixed after that fight. I think it may have happened in the grass gym as well. I'm not sure. So I go to buy the stones. We're not going to evolve them immediately because I want them to learn some moves before I choose to evolve them. I go get Ice Beam, and I don't teach it to anyone yet because only the Nidos can learn it, and I wasn't sure which one I was going to keep, up until now at least. Giovanni was not too bad, at least at this part of the run. All my Pokemon were weak against his Pokemon's moves, but it didn't go too bad. Now we are fighting some grunts, saving the old man, and now we gotta go pick up some food from under some big Snorlax boys. Had to go get the flute, gotta go wake them all up. I didn't know there was 2 leftovers in the game until I watched one of my favorite YouTubers' videos saying they had 2 leftovers. Excuse me? Thick bitch is also what I wanted to call it, but yeah. Now we get Venonat as well on our way to the second Snorlax. I'm sorry, Hornet. You have done very well for the team, but I gotta let you go. I could have had a Haunter on the team. I completely forgot that Ghastly was also part poison, but I'm glad that I had the team that I did. In the end, I didn't know that in Fire Red and Leaf Green, you could evolve Golbat before you got the National Dex, because I don't think I've ever done that before. I also caught a Kangaskhan for once in my life and named it Miracle, because in the... How many years has this game been out? Because I got it then, like 2004 or something. All of those years, I have never once caught a Kangaskhan in the Safari Zone, and I was so pumped when I did. I was like, oh my god. Because I just throw balls at them sometimes. I'm like, oh my god, I caught it. Also, Ubi evolved, and we also evolved the Nidos, because, I mean, it's okay to use all of our Moonstones up. Even though we have 3, it's okay to use them, because it's not like we have any other Pokemon that needs them. Yeah, I was so pumped to get that Kangaskhan. I've never caught one, ever, when it came to, like, Safari Zones. Here's the team. We evolved Venonat as well, and now we're going on to battle Koga. I fought pretty much every optional battle that I could, and basically was like, since I have so many Pokemon now, it makes sense to do all the optional battles, because I'm a solo type team, and as you will see later in the run, we have a little bit of a roadblock, should I say, because even though some of my Pokemon were faster than this one specific Pokemon, it would always one-shot me, so that wasn't fun for me to do. But as you can see, we've only lost Sona at this point. I also named that after a specific character. I'm sure if you play League of Legends, you know exactly who I named it after. I don't know if there's any other degenerates like me who are watching this, but if you're a degenerate, you probably not. Koga's team is just so annoying. All the smoke screens and just the accuracy loss, it's just irritating to me. And he also has Pokemon with Explosion that just would one-shot my team, or one-shot the Pokemon that it hit, because, again, I don't have as much of a tanky team as I thought. I've never used some of these, like I said, I've never used Arbok before, and I never really used the Nidos that much, and I thought they'd be a bit more tankier. I know the male Nido is more attack and speed based, I think, and the blue is more HP and defense based, but, like, you'll see who I keep in the end. Anyway, we get Toxic, and we teach it to Gloom because, or teach it to Vileplume because even though Vileplume's a bit slower, Vileplume has taken many hits in this run, like off camera, obviously, in the fights otherwise. So I'm like, okay, this'll work. And for some reason, I feel like Ichi should be doing more damage than he is. I know he has some weak moves still because just he didn't have the best level up pool, I guess. Again, I don't feel free to correct me. I don't really care, but he didn't have the best. He didn't have the best level up pool in the world. But anyway, so as you can see, Zumba, the fabulous Crobat. Zumba is definitely the attack specialist. I never send him out first usually because he'll probably die, but he, again, takes more hits than some of the boys on the team. This rival battle was quite annoying because Protect is just a fun, fair move. Definitely not one of the most annoying moves in the game. And I kept missing Toxic. I'm like, Ubi, you dumb bitch, just Toxic him. I get Lapras, I go to Giovanni again, and I'm like, okay, old man, I got Surf. So I just surfed his team with Ichi. Well, not Kangaskhan. That's not the best idea. I wish I had healed up before this battle. It wasn't a very good idea to go in with like half my team, brought down. But my Nidos were pretty okay, so I was like, okay, just you finish the business. And now I'm fighting myself. Well, Blueberry's fighting herself. When I didn't do this with a whole team, I wanted to also teach all the TMs within the team. The only TMs I didn't teach, even though I had them, were Rock Smash and Flash, because I didn't want my Pokemon to have those bad of moves. Flash can be useful, but Rock Smash is just a really weak move. I go beat the Fighting Dojo, and I wish I'd done this with the Fossil, but we grab Hitmonchan because this is Fire Red, and this is the one I don't usually play, so, just for the meme. Now, we're up against Sabrina, but, yeah, like I was saying, this fight goes pretty well from what as I'm watching this. Yeah, for some reason, Sabrina, I need shit. But yeah, I wanted to make a team that could take itself, all the way, battle all the way. I could have taught Fly to Crobat, but I don't ever really use Fly in my normal runs. I just drive there, I don't take a plane. But once Alakazam comes out, it's all downhill for my team, because this is the roadblock I was talking about. Specifically, Alakazam. He is the hardest Pokemon for my team to face. He's very fast, and even though he can't really take too many physical hits from my team, he can take out my team before they do it. So that's not fun. I go visit my mom before we go visit Blaine, and she's like, "Here, let me heal your Pokemon." I gotta go catch Tangela. It's just, even though Tangela's kind of a bad Pokemon, from what people say all the time, I love Tangela just from the anime. Just look how cute that little spaghetti ball is. But I hope this idea, I hope to do more of these. I don't know what type I want to do next. Honestly, probably water or electric, because water, electric, and grass are my favorites. So I want to do more of them. But now we're going to go catch the two final choices for this team, which is Grimer and Coughing. I've used Grimer before, technically Muck, obviously when it evolved. Alolan Muck is one of my favorite Pokemon. He just looks so goofy. He's just a good boy. And Galar Coughing is just hilarious to look at. The wheezing is just hilarious. He's like a fancy hatted man, but he's also death incarnate. So I chose Coughing because I just wanted to try out a Pokemon I've never used before, because I've also never used Coughing. Because when I play these runs, I'm either using a solo challenge or I'm just doing a team that I want to do. Now we're going against Blaine. His team was not really bad at all. Argonon's also kind of a problem child, because our team's special defense overall is also not very good, so Flare Blast or Fire Blast is not something I want to get hit with. It's funny that he gives me Fire Blast and says Vulpix or Charmeleon, and then I immediately teach it to Coughing. because I wanted as much coverage as I can get that would make sense. So, I got rid of Smog, because Sludge is a pretty decent move, and Smokescreen can be useful. And I also like to have one of the self-destruct explosion, because you never know when you need a time bomb. We go to Lynette, I think is how you say her name. We go rescue her from the creepy Mr. Hypno, who has her trapped in the woods, which is just unsettling. Lostel. I'm an idiot. Her name's not Laurette. Her name's Lostel. But we go save her, because later on we gotta come back here anyway, so I might as well get this part out of the way. And now we're going against Giovanni, and again, his team is a little bit scary for my team, because if they just earthquaked me, then it's game over. But thankfully, Blueberry was able to handle an earthquake from Dugtrio, because I don't think anybody on my team except Crobat could outspeed him. But thankfully, I have a Venomoth, which I didn't know Venomoth had such high special attack, like for the team at least. But I thought that was super cool. But yeah, his team was a bit scary, but it wasn't too bad. We only had a few casualties. We go heal everybody up. Here they are. Like I said, I evolved into a Crobat without any cheats, unless I accidentally did something when making this file. But whatever. Here's Zumba, our speedy boy. Here's Weezing. He's our more special attack physical defense. Blueberry, who is more of our defense and attack. Blueberry had higher stats than Nidoking for some reason. I guess she just came out better out of the egg or whatever. Here's Arbok. Here's Vileplume, which gets better stats overall once I go and level them up. Because I'm not dumb enough to take the Elite Four on with these levels. Here's the next rival battle. We pretty much stay underleveled for the rest of this part of the run, or at least the first Elite Four run, because there's two, and I always do the second one, because that's just fun to do, to see if they can handle the second round. Here we go. Pidgeotto is a little bit of a butt. Blastoise is also a little bit of a problem because he's just so tanky. I wasn't sure who would be the best one because, again, I've always got somebody with Ice Beam. I did get rid of Nidoking though, and he was the only one with an electric move. But I also had a grass Pokemon, so like that kind of made up for it. Also, sorry if you hear like cicadas screaming in the background or thunder blowing in the background. Little Miss Hurricane Irene is kind of knocking on West Virginia's back door, if you know what I'm saying. We're getting all her tropical backwash, and I'm not excited for that. I'm completely off topic, I know, but these are how all my videos are. Now that I have a whole team, it's kind of harder. I'm not good at describing what they're doing. But anyway, now we're at the Elite Four. We grinded up a bit. Everybody's up to level 50 because I at least wanted to be that when I got in here. Orlai's team is a bit scary because she has a Jinx, and I didn't know Jinx was that fast. She actually beat me on the first time because she just swept my team with that thing pretty much. And Cloyster, oh my god, stop using Protect. It is so annoying. And also Lapras is just tanky in general, I'm guessing, because it just took all my hits. So I'm like, okay, this is not going to work this way. I had to get Dugong asleep before it could screw with any of my Pokemon, because that was the biggest issue. And now we got to get Slowbro out of the way, because Slowbro also likes to just take all the hits. And it sucked because my one effective move, because most water types can learn an ice move, and even if I put it on Nidoqueen, it wouldn't have really mattered because she's also ground. So ice moves are just not good for my team. But here we are. This is the second round. And again, Cloyster just being a pain in the butt. So I send out Hack. I've noticed that Cloyster has almost no special defense, so that's why I went for Fire Blast. And I'm like, you know what? Explosion. That's the whole reason I have Explosion on this boy, is so I can take out hard to take out Pokemon. But we do beat Lorelei, and now we are on to Bruno. Bruno was honestly pretty easy. He wasn't that bad. Most of my team, even though, I couldn't send Nidoqueen out, Ubi did a good bit of the work. I just kept, toxicking, king. Just, that's a word. I just kept using Toxic until I eventually fainted, and then I sent out Blueberry, who had Surf, to take care of the rest of them, and, I just kept smacking. Double Edge I found a pretty good move, because, Nidoqueen has a lot of hit points, so I can, take the hit. And now I'm like, you know what, I have a Pokemon that literally is meant to take down fighting types. Why don't I just send that one out? So I sent out Venomoth, and then we beat Bruno. We're not doing too bad, but this is where it gets a little sad. I'm also, everyone has held items, but I'm not using them in the battles. I'm using them in between battles to heal up. I got the little roll dude at the front, but I always forget to mention it at the start. I just know I put it there. Agatha is kind of a pain in the butt a little bit because her Gengars are just fast, and they also know Psychic, which, if you're fast and know Psychic, you're probably going to take out my team, which is not very fun. But she just keeps healing them, so like every time I get them close, it's just pointless. But she sent out her Arbok, and I do eventually get a chance to win against her. I did have to redo her a few times though, because obviously as you can see, she just keeps healing and making it hard, and also confusing me, which is not fun. But we beat her, and now we're on the Lance. Lance was actually not that hard this run. Usually he's pretty hard if I don't have an ice move, but as long as I got rid of Aerodactyl and Gyarados, with my other Pokemon, just beating through him, 10 out of 10, not too bad, you know what I'm saying? But they were annoying because I'm not fast, and they're fast. I didn't know, I just think it's kind of weird you can poison rock and ground type Pokemon, but I can. And since Crobat learned Poison Fang, which also puts Toxic on them, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use that move. But yes, I wanted to get the battle over with, so I'm like, okay, Gyarados, get the fuck out of here. Explosion. That's one of my favorite moves. I don't like when people use it against me because it generally takes out my Pokemon, but whatever. And I thought it was cool that Sarah was able to take out a Dragonair by herself just by using Acid. But I keep forgetting that it has Shed Skin because I'm stupid. But Venomoth takes the wind, and we get past Lance. Hello? I dropped my phone. And now we're up to the rival. This is going to take up a good couple minutes of the video. The rival was so annoying, because I just wasn't, I guess, correctly playing. I don't know, because eventually you see that I do switch up the team, but the problem again was Alakazam. He was a huge brick wall for the team. And there was so many times I got to his last Pokemon, because another brick wall is Exeggutor, because he isn't as strong psychically as Alakazam, but you know what he can do? He can tank all the damn hits in the world, so that's not very fun. We just have a long fainted scene. Okay, so I try it again and again. I had to make sure I didn't lose too many points to Pidgeot with its Sand Attack, because if I could get Sleep off on Alakazam, or just Poison, or anything to make my life easier against this thing, and that's what I was going to do. Future Sight Attack, he kept using it, and it wasn't as much as a problem as I thought it would be. But, you know, whatever. It works. And here we are against Arcanine. I got Toxic off. I don't know how Vileplume lived that long to do that, but it worked. And now here, just, you know, I kept missing Sleep Powder. I missed it 3 times in a row, and that took up a lot of valuable time that I needed to take out this damn Blastoise. And then he just takes out the rest of my team because he heals everything. He just kept healing, and I couldn't outbeat him. And it was quite frustrating that he just kept full restoring, because I'm like, please, just just stop, because I get so close to winning. 10 hit points away or whatever, 10, 20. Full restore. I keep getting these toxics off essentially with the poison fang. Full restore! And he still had Arcanine. And I got memed on because I forgot he still had Arcanine. So, we do it again. I did this rival battle probably a total of 20 times with this team because it took me about 19 times to realize that, hey, maybe I should put another Pokemon at the front of the party, but we're not there yet. So I'll just give it a minute to get there and not spoil it. But here's another run where I just get completely my shit stomped in by Arcanine. And I use Explosion to get past him, because fuck him. But now we send out Blueberry. She's a complete, one-hit wonder with good old Blastoise. We get Toxic off. We keep Giga Draining, but then he gets taken down. And we still have Exeggutor, and this is who I was talking about. That's going to take my team out. Here we go with the constant healing. It wasn't this one, but he did do that a lot. I didn't show every fight because I don't hate myself that much. But here's the good one. Because eventually I was like, okay, I can put Nidoqueen at the front of the party. She has Ice Beam, and it froze Pidgeot and got it to red health. So that was kind of what I needed, was to get that thing out of the way so it wasn't, sending out Alakazam immediately, because that was always who he would send out. Then he sent out Arcanine. I got Toxic off. I was like, okay, this bitch needs to get out of here because this is not good. And somehow Hack lived a single Fire Blast, which he usually doesn't. I guess just luck. I don't know what the damage percentage is. But I send out Sarah to smack him with an Earthquake. She lived a Flamethrower, and he is down. Now we're at Alakazam. And I died to Psychic. Hello, Mr. Redneck. So I send Zumba out because Zumba's pretty fast. As you can see, I'm pretty underleveled for this fight. And I'm glad he used Future Sight because that is what I needed. He also hit himself, and then I used Return. I'm like, okay, Zumba, go back. We gotta send out Ubi because Ubi can take out the Rhydon in one hit, even if it hits me with Earthquake. So we pretty much healed ourselves off that Rhydon completely. Pidgeot's back out, and I'm like, okay, Pidgeot isn't going to be able to do much to me. I cut it, I get Toxic off once he full restores it, and then I send out Zumba once more to just smack him with Return. Even though my attack was being, harshly put down, I confused it to get more luck at bringing it down because Confuse rate, 10 out of 10. Now we have Exeggutor. And I'm like, okay, I need to get Poison because, he's weak against Poison. And he full restores Exeggutor. My attack is not doing so well, and I get put to sleep. So I'm just sitting here smacking Aerial Ace because it can never miss. Because I'm like, okay, this goo needs to go down before he wrecks my team. I had leftovers on Zumba and Nidoqueen, so I don't remember if I had it at the end or the start of the second Elite Four for Nidoqueen, but whatever. And he just keeps full restoring, and it's so frustrating. I told you this fight was going to be a long time because he keeps stalling me out, and I'm like, please, just hit yourself. Please, stop. Then he takes out Zumba with a final Egg Bomb, and I'm like, okay, we send out Sona. This was probably not the best thing for me to do, but I put Sleep on him, Solar Beam, Psychic, and then Psychic again, and Exeggutor's down. Now we just have Blastoise, the big Mamma Jamma. I put him to sleep, and I'm like, okay, Solar Beam. I didn't know Venomoth could even learn Solar Beam. He takes me out with one Hydro Pump, and now all that we have left to ride on is Ubi. He is 12 levels above Ubi. His Hydro Pump misses. I hit him with a Giga Drain, and we've won the championship for the first time. No, that can't be. Yes, it can. Me and my Poison team, who are way underleveled for this part of the game, completely whooped your ass, boy. But now, we gotta go through the Champion Hall, do our thing, and this is a fun grind session. I probably spent like 3 or 4 real-time hours grinding them, because I wanted to, again, I always beat it a second time, because the Kanto Elite Four gets super strong the second roundabout. Here's the team, right as soon as I get out of Elite Four. Here's their stats. Everybody's looking pretty good. Everybody's stats are looking pretty good. So I'm like, okay. Now we gotta go get the Ruby and the Sapphire for our boy over here, because Team Rocket wanted one last hurrah of stealing some shit that ain't theirs. and had to do it across 7 islands. But I do grind up on those islands because there's a lot of trainers there and I wanted money. And there's also that one Chansey dude's house. I think it's on island 7. So I just kind of just wandered around there, beat the Pokemon there, and also used the Versus Seeker. And I was like, okay, here's the boys. This is them after the grind. Everybody's at level 55. I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea to go into the Elite Four with those levels, because they're like level 70 some. But we go back. I'm like, okay, I actually do need to grind some more. So I go to 7 Island and just grind away. I never ran. I want to run into some shiny Pokemon doing this, because I've run into them just naturally playing the game, but I've never run into them doing challenges. But I do go to the Elite Four. Everyone's level 60 now instead of 55. Again, I completely forgot that everyone's like level 70. And of course, Lorelei, she's a bit of a problem, but she's the first one standing in her way. And Ubi goes down immediately to an Ice Beam. I'm like, okay, that's not good. And here we go, already spamming the 4 stores, but I'd rather her do it on Dugong than something like Lapras that my team struggles to take down, as it is. Here's Cloyster. I confuse him, but I don't get the confuse off. I put him to sleep, smack him with a Solar Beam, and he's down. Now Jinx is out. Dear God. Just F in the chat for good old poison type team, because them psychics are wearing me out. I'm like, okay, my team isn't going to get anywhere like this, so we gotta go grind to level 70. I use a mix of the dudes at, I'm obviously not doing it at the moment, I'm attacking Lorelei again because I'm an idiot, but I use a mix of going between 7 Island, and then to get money to buy items again, because I lost a good chunk of the Elite Four, I went and fought the guys on the Cycling Road, the dudes with the poison types and the fighting types, because some of them have like level 40s, and I don't know why they all don't end up with level 40s. I just thought it's odd that, I guess one of them's like the ringleader or whatever. But I have not done that yet. I'm still fighting Lorelei, because for some reason, again, I thought 60 was an acceptable level to take the Elite Four on the second time with. What's that meme? I don't remember the meme. It was not a good idea, is all I can say. I'll just have to cut some of this out. But, I do take on Bruno. Also, sorry about the mouse, my dudes. I completely forgot to turn the cursor off when this is the recording that I was talking about that's on the new PC. So, Mr. Mousy Boy is gonna make an appearance, because I forgot to turn him back off. And again, the image might look a little odd because it's a lot more stretched out than it let me record it. But, we take on good old Bruno. And he wasn't too bad, either. Here's where it becomes a problem, though. Our favorite girl, Agatha. I wanted to show these fights in their whole, because I do not show them when they're at level 70, because I just didn't want to do that. But Agatha, she's just too fast for me to take down at these levels. Venomoth is much more level than the other ones, because anytime someone would faint, I would just send out Venomoth to take them out. And yeah, her team just kept landing Hypnosis, which I know is not a 100% accuracy move, but my luck was just bad. Again, sorry Mr. Cursor is coming to vibe with us tonight. I'm just, hanging out. But yeah, that was the whole reason I left, was because I just couldn't take down Agatha with this team. So everyone's at level 70 or close to it, like level 68, and now we're going against Agatha again. I wanted to get rid of her Pokemon, so I did teach Shadow Ball to Hack, even though he's not much of a special attacker. He was the only one that could learn it for some reason, I think, except maybe Nidoqueen. But I taught Shadow Ball to Hack because even though he's not much of a special attacker, oh my god, I completely butchered the sizing on this one. I'm so sorry, but you can still see everything you need to see. But yeah, it still was a struggle. She beat me a good couple times, and I had to reset a lot because again, I am not going through all this just to have to buy more ethers, or not, you can't even buy ethers. So I didn't want to waste all my ethers, repeatedly going through here. But we do eventually get past her. And now we're at Lance again. Lance he's not too bad. That Kingdra, though, everybody's favorite little smokescreen double team boy. Oh yes, who needs to hit? I don't, is pretty much what I was saying this whole time, because I just wanted to screech. But I reset and just try again, because I know if I get that much off with, if Kingdra gets that much off on my team, I'm just screwed. So I put Ubi at the front of the party to deal with Gyarados, since that's the one he sends out first. And, I'm not good at talking. I've talked to myself for literally 42 plus minutes. I can barely talk to someone for 2 minutes. This is hard. Maybe someday I will start scripting to make it easier on myself, but I doubt I could even do that. Gyarados, he's a little bit of a sweeper. Got that Hyper Beam and Earthquake, because fair, So I just restart, and I'm like, okay, we just gonna do it again, because Lance is just going to continue to hand my ass to me on a beautiful silver plate. I send out Ubi again, get the Toxic off, and just kind of take the hits. I Giga Drain. Here's Dragonite. I died a Flamethrower, because, but I do send out Hack. I wanted to get a Poison off. I didn't want to explode on him, because I just, I didn't want to use that tactic this time. And here we go already with Kingdra, just setting up. But I send out Sona to put an end to that, to put him to sleep. He did full restore, but I got the sleep off once again and just kept solar beaming. And now I send out Sarah to just body slam him. Just instantly died. Did not go well. Double edge with Blueberry. Now we're at Gyarados, who's just gonna die anyway from poison if I didn't hit him. Now we're at Aerodactyl. I just use Ice Beam. I get that nice freeze, but he unthaws, and then he hits me with a good old Earthquake and almost takes out Blueberry. But Blueberry takes out the Dragonite in one hit, because Blueberry is just that cool. And now we're at the rival again. I got him first try, which I thought was kind of funny, because he switched up some of his Pokemon. The only Pokemon, again, that was a problem was his damn Alakazam. But I took him out. He didn't even take out Zumba. Zumba is just carrying the team. Zumba and Venomoth. I never thought I would say a moth and a bat carried my team, but a moth and a bat really did carry the team. Now, Tyranitar was pretty scary to me. I was like, please don't sweep my whole team, dude. Which is what he was starting to do, was sweep my whole team. But I did put an end to it. I took out Arcanine, Arcanine took me out, but I did get half of his health. I do Explosion, and then I win, because I still have one of my Pokemon. Explosion came through in the end. Explosion just be really be winning. And here's the winning team. I had a lot of fun with this. Like I said, if anyone wants a specific type run in Emerald and Leaf Green, I currently still can't do DS games, because I almost got computer raped when I tried to download an emulator, so I'm kind of afraid to do that now. Now with this computer, that's not a piece of poop. But yeah, was super fun. A little difficult to record the voiceover, because again, I'm not good at talking to myself for a whole string of time. But here's the boys. I would say here's their stats, but I'm stupid and they got cut off. I'm sorry I blue-balled you all a little bit if you wanted to see their final stats. But they did great. Everyone, in the end, really had their place in the team. Hack was good at getting rid of problematic Pokemon. Vileplume was very good at tanking things and toxicking them. Crobat was as good at taking them down, because he could always take at least one hit before going down usually. Unless it was Psychic, of course. Nidoqueen really did take care of the harder to take care of Pokemon, like with the Ice Beam. Arbok, I thought Arbok would have been stronger, honestly. I don't know if it's just compared to the team Arbok seemed to do less, but in the early game Arbok did pretty well. Good old Hornet, or our Beedrill. He did very good in the early game because that's when I got him. I was thinking about doing a Tentacruel, honestly, because for obvious reasons a Tentacruel would make sense, but I didn't want to use a Pokemon I've already... Venomoth, I never would have thought had such high special attack. Venomoth did great. Everybody did great on this team. I would use them as a team once more because I really didn't have to overlevel at all. Again, 3 of them were underleveled for the second Elite Four battle. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good day. I hope you enjoyed the noises in the background that I can't control. And keep playing the Pokemon. Hey everybody, it's Chrissy Senpai, Art Place. I fucked it up already.